Hey everyone, welcome to the May budget. This is Penny's Not Perfection. I'm Mary and I am a married mother of one. So this is our budget for the month of May. I filmed this a few days ago, but editing has taken forever. So I'm just now getting it out today, but I hope that you enjoy it. These budget sheets are available in my shop or on my Patreon page. I am now putting all of the monthly themed printable budget sheets in that account. So if you join me on Patreon, you will get those as well. So let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome to the May budget. This is the May 2020 budget, and I am going to be doing the pre-plan and our general monthly budget with the sheets that I made for May. This is the first time I've done anything with like a cute border, kind of like a washi sticker type thing on a printable, and I really love it. They are so cute, but I did have some printer issues, so ignore the lines through this. I still need to get printer ink, but we're just going to go ahead with the May budget. So the monthly goals for May are to finish our emergency fund and to start paying off debt. So these are things I know we will be doing, and I think that's probably all of the financial goals that we have. Things are probably going to start opening up, and I don't know the plan for us specifically, but our daycare did close, so we are going to have to find new childcare. That's a big question mark right there. So important dates. Let's see, in May, we really don't have anything. We do need to get the car tags for our new car. That got delayed because the office was like closed, and that is something I had in a previous budget, but it didn't happen, so it's rolling over to May, and that's $145 for those. We also need to get our mosquito spray starting back because unfortunately mosquitoes have come out to play. Mosquito spray, and that is $70 each time. And we have to get our air, and at the end of the month we need to get our air ducts cleaned because it's been way too long. So we do have a bunch of house things to do in May. I think being home has given us a huge array of things that we need to do, which kind of makes sense. And that's going to be about $200. I'm budgeting for, we're going to get quotes for that, but we have not yet. We are also going to do a laundry room fix. We have hated our laundry room for a long time and need some storage and some like flat place to fold stuff. So we're going to work on our laundry room. That is my husband's project. So he is doing the budget and all of the work on that. And then honestly, we don't have much left because we're not really starting back up on stuff. So we are going to just stay safe and continue what we're doing. So what we're going to do, I'm going to walk you through how I do all of this. Like I said, ignore the colors because my printer's running out of pink. We're going to go through how I kind of do this off camera. I normally just write out everything for you guys, but I'm going to show you how I do figure out pay yourself first. Basically, I write pay yourself first here, and that is what we do first. But when I'm doing my budget, it's not like I magically pick those numbers first. So you'll see what I'm talking about. This is just how we do it. So we go for income first, and we have salary, which will happen on multiple dates. So I'm not going to put a date there, and I'm estimating $5,258, which should be right on actually. And then we are getting a mortgage check, and that will be from our last mortgage. And instead of sending it on to escrow, we're going to put it in our savings just because we can keep it and we don't have to. Penny's Not Perfection, my little business, is going to pay me $100 a week. And then that is just a guaranteed kind of what I'm putting for my salary. And then everything else is going to go to pay off loans. And we are anticipating, let's see, an extra income. I am anticipating about $714 or so, and that is some reimbursements from FSA and HSA stuff, and then a little bit of side work. So 5258, 803, 400, and 7. Oh, I'm gonna subtract that plus 714. So 7,175, which is a lot for us, but obviously we were getting extra from that mortgage check, and then my business is starting to feed into our regular monthly budget instead of just paying off debt. So basically for pay yourself first, when I'm doing it, I just list the things I know I want to fund, and then I go back and add the amount once I figured out everything else. So I know I want to fund the emergency fund. I want to make debt payment, and that is just our regular payment. And then I know I have a debt payment. I want to put money in my Roth IRA, which is very important to fund this year for me. And then my Robinhood account, because it is so fun. It seriously makes investing like addictive. And then Ellevest, these two, I know I have a set amount going in, so I am going to write that over here. And then M1 Finance, and those are just two platforms I'm testing out and seeing how I like investing kind of on the side. They're both brokerage accounts, but I have automatic every paycheck $10 going to each of those. So I know it's $20 for each for the month. So that I know. And then I do know the debt minimum payment is $220. So I'm going to put that there as well. So those are the ones I know for sure. And then the rest I will figure out as I go along, but I do need to figure out how many fixed expenses I have, and then covering our basic needs like food and gas and stuff. And then I can kind of go back to this and make sure that I do this first. So this is the number one thing I do on payday, but it's not necessarily the first thing I figure out on budgeting. Hopefully that makes sense. But writing it all down first reminds me that I need to go back and fund these instead of spending all my money on stuff like going out. So fixed expenses, this is usually our bills. And we do have a new mortgage payment, but we probably won't have to pay this mortgage payment until June 1st or so, but we are going to stick with saving half of our payment every 2 weeks and just put that in a savings account so we're ready to make that payment when it is due, which we haven't got the paperwork yet for our new mortgage, but the new payment is going to be $1,293. We were paying $1,200 for our old mortgage. So paying $1,293 is amazing because we now have a 15-year mortgage and we don't have PMI. So like, I can't wait to show you guys the numbers. It is amazing how much more is going toward actually paying off the mortgage now. So utilities, I'm actually going to put in variable expenses now because it is an expense that I usually budget $200, but sometimes it's different. So I'm going to start putting it over here because it is variable when I'm budgeting it. I don't know for sure because we pay whatever happens that month, but it's usually our goal is to stay $200 or less. It's been amazing weather lately, so it's usually a lot less. Okay, and then therapy is something that I do twice a week. So not twice a week, twice a month at 1:30 a session. So it's $260 for the month for me. The gym I go to is $150 and it is open back up for classes. So I will be going there soon, and I think they're opening May 4th, so that will be soon actually something I can physically use. They have been doing classes online, it's just not the same for me personally. And that is going to be the June 1st payment. We're kind of a month ahead because our May budget starts on the 5th when my husband gets paid. Okay, and then we have those new tags that I talked about, the new car tags. So new tags, and that is $145 where we live. We also have to pay internet. This is an auto pay. Internet is $70. Another auto pay is our security system, and it is $25. And let's see, our 529 plan, there's like 3 or 4 things that come out on the same day or two. So the college plan for my daughter, $25. And then other people contribute to that as well, family, like grandparents and stuff. So that is how much we are paying for that. We are paying for Netflix right now. We use Disney Plus, but we're using a family membership with, I should really get our own membership probably, but we share and each one of us pays for something different. I don't know, how do y'all feel about stuff like that? Like, do you share your streaming accounts with other people? Like, do you share your Netflix and Disney Plus accounts with people? I don't know. Is that bad? Should I change that. Let me know in the comments, because I don't know. I haven't really thought too hard about it until like right now. So those are all of the bills that we have. So I'm going to actually, we do our phone plan as a sinking fund because we use Mint Mobile and we pay it's like $49 and some change for 2 phone plans, but we pay once a year or every 6 months. You can choose which you do, but we're just using a sinking fund and saving up and paying that bill. But this is so much cheaper. We should pay $155, so we're saving over $105 a month on our phone bill just by doing a sinking fund instead of paying monthly. And Mint Mobile has been really good. Our service is good. I haven't had any problems with it so far. But that's kind of it used to be a fixed expense and a bill, but now it's a sinking fund, but it's still technically kind of a bill. It's kind of like internet. We're gonna pay for it. So I am going to add up all of these just to make sure I know how much we are spending on these fixed expenses, because this is a huge, obviously, chunk of our budget, and it is probably the heaviest category right now besides the pay yourself first. So the total I have here is $2,008. That is going to be subtracted from our total, which is $71.75 minus 2008. So $51.67 for everything else. So I do know the sinking funds that we do currently, so I'm going to do those next, I think. Yes, because it is more easy for me to cut from variable expenses and then go back here and make sure. So these two, I generally, personally cut from the most, except we've got our variable expenses down to like almost a science. Like we have a set amount we spend on groceries and everything a week, and it's gone really well. We also go back and forth on cutting from sinking funds. Like sometimes we save for our dog, sometimes we save for Christmas, sometimes we do that back and forth. So let's do sinking funds. I honestly do it kind of different every time, but let's cover the things I know that are bills that are coming up. So life insurance for my husband is $35. And in the month of May, I am applying for life insurance for myself. In the comments, you guys have over and over different people like ask me why I don't have life insurance for myself. And it's because I have it at work, but then this whole like recent thing with maybe getting laid off, maybe not, being worried about that is convinced me that I need life insurance. So I am applying. I will have life insurance in the budget either by the end of May or starting in June. I'm looking at different options, so I'll post about it when I decide to do it, but I'm aiming for a similar price. So this will probably end up going to like, I don't know, 75 or something, or 70. I can't do math in my head. So anyway, I'm gonna get life insurance, I promise. And then car insurance. Our car insurance has gone up because we have a more expensive car now. Even though we aren't driving the other cars, we are driving our one car and we're paying $75, but then we are supposed to get a refund. So I need to check to make sure that that has been refunded, and that will just go up here for the paycheck rollover once I figure out if it actually happened, because I think it might have, but I just didn't see it. We do subscribe and save for diapers and laundry detergent and a couple random household things, and we have $50 a month in a sinking fund for that, so it just all comes out of that. It's made our household spending so much easier. I'll just be real honest. It just shows up and we never like forget or run out of stuff. It's amazing. And we are going to, actually this might be the 20th. I don't know. I'm just putting dates here and I don't know why. So we are going to start saving again for travel. We have a May trip planned, but I think it's probably going to get canceled. It's just not been canceled yet. So we're going to put some money into our travel sinking fund. And then our dogs need to go to the vet at the end of the month. So they're going to get $50, maybe more depending on our reevaluation of this, because we probably have to sit in both, and they both need heartworm medicine and flea and tick medicine. I could not say flea and tick medicine, but we have about $300 or $400 in our dog sinking fund for vet bills because we put money in it every month or two or something like that. So it adds up, and then they go to the vet probably once a year, and it's around the time that they need to go. So that is all of the sinking funds. So let's add those up. 50, 35, 75, 50, 50, 50. So 310. So 310 for sinking funds. So let's go 5167 minus 310. So 4,857. Okay, so I know for the emergency fund, I want to put in 1,100. So let's make sure that happens first. So we have 3,757 left. And then I know I at least want to put in 200 for the Roth IRA. So I want to do this before variable expenses like food and fun stuff. So $200 for that. And for Robinhood, I might as well just do 20 since I'm being very even with these platforms I'm testing. I may add some new platforms, but I'm not really sure. So we have 35, 37. That's so much left. Subtracting that 200, we have 3,037. So I'm gonna do this, and then whatever's left is gonna go back up to pay yourself first to extra stuff. So this is the bare minimum that I'm wanting, and I have this much left. So after this category, we'll see what we can do here. So groceries. We've still been doing pretty well with our food budget. So I technically get paid 3 times in May, but I'm only counting 2 paychecks for actual May. So that means I'm only counting 4 weeks for May. So 4 weeks of $125 for groceries is $500. So that's what we're gonna put here. Usually we go over that, but we use our personal money because we buy stuff like drinks and coffee and stuff, and that comes out of our personal budget. So gas, we are going to be probably driving more. We don't have to go back to work yet that I know of, but I know it's coming soon. So $150 for gas. We'll see what the actual is. And then my husband's personal money, $200. My personal money, $100. That's been working out pretty well for us. And then a miscellaneous. We do like to do a miscellaneous category, not 25. Let's X that out. That is not $250, I promise. It's $50. That should be 25 a paycheck. That should be okay. That's kind of a miscellaneous / buffer. And we do that because we've been doing for so long, having a buffer in our checking account and just kind of letting that sit there. And that works out really well in case we get something completely wrong, or the math is wrong, or we have like an overage that wasn't expected. Just having a little checking account buffer is really helpful. Okay, so variable expenses, we also are going to do, let's see, the mosquito spray and air ducts. Those are one-time expenses. I guess mosquito could be here, but I'm just gonna do house stuff. So that would be $270 for both. And then the laundry room is getting a separate budget. And my husband said that that should be 500 or less. So I will let you know actual when he gets done with it. Hopefully he doesn't find anything bad and make it work more. I'm really not into like this turning into a huge project, but we will see. That is everything. So let's count that up, and that's 200, 500, 150, 200. Oh, that was not 20. Plus 200 plus 100, 270, 500, 1970. Excellent. Let's subtract that from here. 4857 minus 1970. So y'all are getting all my random thoughts that I normally try to filter out when I do the just writing out stuff. All right, so 2877 minus 1100 minus 220 minus 200 minus 20 minus 20 minus 20. All right, we have 1307 left, which feels like so much money. So we have the regular debt payment. So let's split this between paying off debt, emergency fund, and Roth IRA. Those are the 3 top priorities. So let's just write them out. And this is just where, when you see the final budget, I would just combine these and tell you what amount I'm doing. This is kind of how I do it beforehand to figure out how much I want to put in. So Roth IRA is I'm just gonna do 200. So it'd be 200 per paycheck, which feels really reasonable. So 1,100 left. Let's split that between emergency fund and debt. So 550 minus 550, so 557 left to debt. That's very specific, but it should work. So let me add that up, and it should equal 2887. So 220, 200. And I just like this process because it makes me think about it, and it makes it real to me. Spreadsheets and apps I kind of just ignore. So that is perfect. So it is 2,887, and that means zeros left. So it is zero based, which, you know, we have a buffer for whatever to come up. So this is the budget for May. And obviously the goal is emergency fund, which we will hit 3 months funded with this, and then we will just continue saving up to 6 months with the extra, because it is going to feel really good to have 6 months saved, especially since none of us know what's happening in the future. So emergency fund, of course. And then quotes, we need quotes for air and actually trees. Probably for June, we need to do some tree cutting. We have so much to do for our house. And then call the mosquito people and get back on their calendar. And that should be it. So I'm pretty excited about this budget. And of course, it will adjust and change as we get paychecks and have any sort of changes in income, because sometimes our income will go up, sometimes it will go down. It just kind of depends on what's going on. But this is the May budget for May 2020, and I'm pretty excited about it. I feel like we are going to do so much saving and paying off debt, and it's just gonna like skyrocket our progress. So I'm feeling really good about this, and this makes me happy because it's very pretty. So if you want a budget sheet like this, I'm going to start doing monthly kind of cutesy themed budget sheets, and I think they're going to be about $750 or $850, or they will be included for my patrons. I started a Patreon page, so that link will be down in the bio in case you want this budget sheet or any future monthly ones. I'm going to be putting them in there along with some other printables. So I'm just going to try to throw some stuff at you guys. If you support me, I want to give you so much more value in return. So that is the goal, and this is the May monthly budget. I hope your budget is looking good. Thanks for watching.